So now the next step. The next step is to put all the corners of the same color in. You see that you don't see that here. So I want all of my corners matching in the same color. I'm going to do this exactly the way I do a Rubik's Cube. In other words, I'm going to do corner swaps. We've seen that with the cuboids, we've seen that with the super cubes, we've seen that with the crazy cubes. It's exactly the same thing. I'm not reinventing the wheel at all. So to do that, I need something like this, a sandwich formation, where I have two of the same color here and one of a different color. And, you know, I'm going to try to get them all that way. So I'm going to move it to the left, like I would do with a Rubik's Cube, and just do that algorithm, which I'll post, but as you recall, that's going to be the 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R, and then we turn this counterclockwise, so we do a UI, and then we do a D, and then we finish up the algorithm with a 2R, UI, 2R, U, 2R. Well, I'll post that. So it's exactly the same thing. Now to do that, I have to prime the cube, because if I start doing that, I'm going to end up with really bizarre shapes. So I prime the cube on the top like this, like that, and I just do the algorithm. 2R. Now you have to remember that when you do your U, you have to turn it exactly 90 degrees. So 2R, U, turn 90 degrees, 2R, UI, 2R. And then we do our turn, so we do our UI and then D. Remembering that we turn them exactly 90 degrees, so they're going to still be skewed from each other. Then finish it up with a 2R. There it is. 2R, UI, 2R, U, 2R. Don't get screwed up. 2R. And there you have it. You have your sandwich formation on each and every one of them. Some of them may be solved, but basically you got all your corners in, and I used nothing more than exactly what I used with a Rubik's Cube. 3x3. So I'll put these into position, so all these corners are in place. No need for any new algorithms. What about the bottom side? Well, exactly the same thing. I'm just going to turn it upside down, but this time when I prime it, I'm going to prime it to where I'm going to put the one closest, put the intersection closest to the other intersection, so that would be right here. That's how I'm going to prime this side. And I do the same thing. We've got the sandwich here, nothing here. Move it to the side. Prime it. 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. Turn the 90 degrees. Here, here, here. So you got it back. We didn't touch this bottom part, we just turned it to the side. So nothing new. I have not reinvented the wheel, and I've got all my corners in place. What about my edges? My edges over here. Well, this one I have to use some new algorithms, but I promise you they're really, really, really easy, and I'm not going to use the notations that I've seen used in other tutorials. Too confusing. Why do it different if I can just remember to prime things? The first algorithm, and I'm always going to hold it where I've got the small cube over here. One such algorithm is going to basically flip-flop this cube, this edge with this edge, and this edge with this edge. So anytime I see a straight-on situation like that, I'm going to use that. And it's really simple. First thing to do is prime it from the bottom. What I mean by that is just put it here. And just do a 2R. So 2R, take the prime back, put it back, prime the top, 2R, and take the prime out. So it's just priming the bottom, 2R, take the prime out of the bottom, prime the top, 2R, and take the prime out of the top, and there you have these in place. So, and it flip-flopped things nicely. It actually flipped this to over here. So now we have these guys. To put these in, we're going to use another algorithm, and this is the main algorithm to know. There's still one more, but it's really just a variant of this one. What this is going to do is it's going to flip these two and these two. And what I want is, in order to do the final solve, I need to get an L formation where I have a white one here, a white one here, or here, here, just like an L, and here, a yellow one here and here, so I can do the final, solve since we're flipping these guys. So the first step is just to prepare for that. So if I put it, let's think about what's going to happen. If I put it here, I'm going to flip these guys, so I'm going to have a white on top here. I'm actually going to flip this over here, And then these guys are going to flip, so I'm still going to have yellow. So I'm going to have a nice white L here. Over here, these guys will flip, so I'm going to have yellow here. These guys will flip, so I'll still have yellow here. So this is going to give me that L formation. The algorithm to do this is, the first thing to do is prime from the bottom. So prime from the bottom. So we're primed. Then 2R, and then we do DI, and by D I mean it's 90 degrees, so just make sure that that you went, we're here, you went 90 degrees here. And then we do a 2R again, and then take the prime out. Then go from the upside, prime it from the top, prime it, and then you do a 2R, 2U, so we're going to end up here, 2R, and take the prime out. Next step is we prime it again, prime it from the bottom, 2R, and instead of doing a DI, we just do a D. So D, 2R, take the prime out, and then do it from the top once more, prime the top, and it's exactly the same as the previous top one. 2R, 2U, 2R, take the prime out. So here's our L formation, here's our L formation. So again, no need for new notations, just priming it and doing the familiar algorithms. So let's put this in place now. If I move this here, keep this here, these two will flip. So white will be down here and white will be over here. So same thing, we'll move a little bit faster. Prime it, 2R, DI, 2R, take the prime out. Prime the top, 2R, 2U, 2R, take the prime out. Once again, prime the bottom, 2R, D, 2R, take the prime out. Prime the top, 2R, 2U. Oh, what do you know about that? That's not part of the algorithm, by the way. 2R, and take the prime out. I think it's secure, hopefully. So anyway, we've got all of our edges in, all of our edges in. So easy stuff, right? It does not get any harder than that.